Good morning, Amy here with From Scratch Farm in our 8th episode of Everything But the Kitchen Sink Talks. We are recording this on a Friday.
That's right.
I am editing it immediately, publishing it tonight because we only have 6 days until a very special event that I'm so excited to be a part of.
That's right.
It's the first ever Handcrafted Wholesale Market, and I have a special guest, two special guests.
That's right.
That have joined me today to talk all about it. I want her to introduce herself, tell her your story. Tell you her story.
That's right. Tell them my story.
I've already goofed. And I want her to tell you all about the market, how you can get involved and come shop with all of us. If you are a brick and mortar, boutique store owner.
Online store.
Oh, an online store too, because we would love to have you guys, and I'd love to snag some new partnerships. Take over.
Yeah, hi. So hi guys, my name is Catherine Contreras. I am a small business owner. I own a little t-shirt business called Barbacoa Apparel, and
Which you've probably heard of.
We're getting there. But I'm in charge of all the wholesale for our company. So it's really hard when you're starting out, especially when you're just like some kids making t-shirts. You don't really know how to break into that business or where to go or who to talk to, and you just start kind of like sending cold emails. And we definitely know about Dallas Market. We had looked into Dallas Market a bunch. I'm also a working mom, so that's why I have this little munchkin with me. We had looked into Dallas Market, but it's so expensive.
Okay.
And thousands of dollars to be able to set it up properly, to make it look like a storefront, and then the overwhelming fear of being too successful at the Dallas Market, because we're small. We're not a big company. So to crank out a bunch of thousands of shirts or something, if somebody came up to us and ordered that, would have been scary for us. And so I started thinking about how many hours and how many years I spent sending cold emails to people, just being like, hey, we have these t-shirts, we think they'd be great in your store, blah, 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 back and forth, and about how many artisans were out there that wanted to break into wholesale that maybe didn't have the opportunity or were scared or something. And so I thought this market would be a great way to bring buyers and artisans together easily in one place, no pressure. Everyone just set up, show your stuff, give out some line sheets, and hopefully pick up a couple of stores or more so that they could get that ball rolling for themselves for wholesale in an easy way.
I'll break in real quick. I don't think I've ever emailed someone and introduced myself like that. Almost everything has been social media, mainly Instagram. Every once in a while, I'll post an image of 50-something healing salves that I've produced, and I'll mention that it's for Bernie Handmade Market or this shop, and by the way, we always sell wholesale.
Right.
And I've gotten maybe 6 really good accounts out of that, and then I'm kind of frozen as to what else to do.
Right, where do you go next?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is fantastic.
So this is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that this will bring everyone together as a community, and my other hope is it's not just about the market, it's about building a community and a culture around us as artisans and makers and small businesses, so that we continue to build these friendships and these connections, and so that it kind of, people realize how important it is to buy local and to order from local makers and local artisans, because not only is it on trend right now to be local, but the money that you spend for Barbacoa Apparel goes to Little Hazel, you know? So that's what's most important.
We hope that you see that there's a story behind the businesses you're working with, that you learn their faces and
shake
their
their
personalities and their whys. We want you to learn about their families, and what you're purchasing, you're sending a boy to camp. You're sending a daughter to dance.
That's right. And then when customers come into your store, you can say, hey, have you seen this necklace? It's made by this designer in Austin, and this is her story. And that puts a story to the piece, and then they want to buy it because they want to tell their friends or whoever, I bought this necklace, and it's made by this artisan in Austin, and blah, blah, blah. And I think it just kind of snowballs that way, and that's a great way to do business, I think.
That's what we always hope for.
Right. Exactly.
We want you to like us and
Yeah.
want you to want to work with us.
Yeah, for sure.
So I can't even remember how I found out about this. I don't know if you started following me or if somehow you popped up in my, you should follow this account.
Yeah. Yeah, I hit social media hard because I know it's been successful for a lot of us to just get on social media right away and just fill it up with those hashtags and hope that everybody starts finding it. So that's kind of initially how it started. We've had this idea for a while, my brother and I, because I do barbacoa apparel with my brother and my sister-in-law and a friend of ours. But things kept coming up. And we'd be like, okay, we're going to do that. We'll do it next year. Or we'll do it in a few months. And then we got a huge order from H-E-B. And I said, okay, we have to tell people.
It's time.
We've got to tell people how to do this. Like, it's just not, the H-E-B shouldn't just be ordering from barbacoa apparel. They should be ordering from all the amazing artisans in Texas. And if we can do it, and it was stressful and it was scary, but we did it, anybody can do it. So that's really where the inspiration for the market really came from. Let's get everybody in here.
And I have actually been presented with working with H-E-B through Go Texan.
Okay.
And I got to the application process, and I got about 3/4 of the way through. And there was some point of the application, and I can't remember exactly what it was asking me for, but it was, I don't feel like I'm big enough
to do that.
There was something that it asked for that I was intimidated. I was like, I think I'm too small of a business. And I shut the application, and I never went back.
Yeah. It is scary.
It's so scary.
But I can tell you this. It was scary for us. They approached us. So we didn't have to go through any kind of like vetting with them. So that was real exciting for us to be like, oh my God.
They already want you.
H-E-B wants us, right? But then you go in there and you talk to them, to the buyer, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
We are 4 people that work out of a garage.
Okay.
You know, we're not we're going to have to figure this out. We became producers of high volume that we didn't think we could do that. We had to find distributors and people like and all that stuff that we didn't have before. We became truckers. We learned how to pack a pallet. All kinds of like things that we didn't know how to do, but now we have those skills.
Okay.
And that's it. Now we know. And for the next time, because they are ordering again, which is so exciting, for the next time, it'll be so much smoother. And every time it gets easier and easier. Hopefully. Every time it gets easier and easier. Yeah.
Well, the exciting thing about her market is I'm used to doing markets. Bernie Handmade Market, Hill Country Handmade Market. I don't feel intimidated. I can show up. I've done a few wholesale orders before. I can create a line item sheet. I've got this. So I'll be there with my booth, and it'll feel normal and comfortable.
Yeah. That's also the thing that I thought would be it would be a really great format to do it in a market of this style, because if you know vendors and artisans and stuff like that, we're gypsies, right? We like just put the tent back there and we pop up in all these different places. And so that is something that we're familiar with. And so I thought like, okay, we're going to just do it market style like that, because we're all so comfortable in that format, and not make it super corporate or like anything like that. Let's just make it what it is, which is local people selling local goods to other local people. With the only caveat is that you have to have a tax ID to get in, because we want legitimate businesses coming in. We don't want just random people trying to get wholesale prices coming in off the street. That's not fair to the vendors, and it's not fair to the other buyers that are there. So, but yeah.
Okay, so where are the vendors coming from? What
so
cities?
I'm so excited. We have vendors coming from Houston, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, Bernie, all the little bits in between. I've never, we host a lot of markets. We do something called Brickmas in San Antonio every year. It's a big holiday market that Barbacoa Apparel hosts with our friends at Varia That. And you get a lot of the same, and I love all of them, San Antonio vendors that come back to do all the shows. And what I really love about this is it's people I've never met before, with amazing things I've never seen before, coming from all over the place. So that makes it special.
Okay. And as far as vendors go, she is not taking any more on this year.
That's right. So we're not accepting any more vendors for this show. We're full, we're booked, we paid for the venue, everybody's mapped out. However, I am planning to do it again in January. I'd like to do it twice a year. Okay. So, and so we have a bit of a wait list right now, and that's fine if you'd like to get on the wait list. I'm probably going to give first priority to vendors we've already had, and then go from there with the wait list. And hopefully everyone will be successful enough that they'll want to come back and do it again.